afternoon. We're just, well, for now anyway, we're going to be talking about stats comparison from the last decade, mainly our grand final winners. Now, Ben, we'll come on to you. Who's impressed you most of the decade? Would you say Wigan, because they've gone from 0 to 4?
Well, I'm just going to... You're not putting it in front of you. You've got to be ready.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like I was expecting it in front of me, so I can have a side. It's been an interesting decade, to be honest. I mean, we've still only got four winners of the grand final, which is probably a little bit disappointing. A few teams like Salford and Castleford and whatnot made it to the final, but yeah, I think Wigan and Leeds have taken it in turns almost, haven't they, to win the grand final up until this year, and they are... I don't necessarily think they're been by far and away the best teams over the last 10 years. They're just the best big game teams, I think, when it mattered. Sean Wynne and Brian McDermott have been pivotal at that, because they're big game coaches, aren't they? They get the teams up for the big games, and I think Saints have obviously come to the fore in the last couple of years. Probably should have won it last year, have won it this year. And it's going to be interesting to see who really takes command in the next decade. Hopefully we'll have a new winner. Who that'll be, I'm not really sure, because you're still looking at Saints and Wigan next year for me, but then Warrington are coming into it, and have obviously...
Will it be their year this decade?
Well, they've chosen... Will it be their decade? Yeah, this is our decade. But yeah, you've got to feel if they get to as many finals next decade as they have this decade, you've got to feel that they will eventually get over the line.
Yeah.
A little bit like Hull in
so
Wembley.
So will end the age-old joke.
Yeah.
Always been there.
It's always your year.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'd agree there. I think, like you said, Wigan and Leeds, yes, have got the most on paper, but I don't think it's been as obvious as that. Saints have always been up there, and I think they always will be.
Yeah.
You know, the system there is so good that you can never see Saints falling, anywhere below possibly mid-table. And that's on a bad season.
Well, I was going to say, because if you rewind back to 2017, although they had a bad patch under Kieran Cunningham, but then when I think it was from 8th to 1st,
well, exactly,
under Justin Holbrook.
Well, that's it. Saints will always be an entity at the top of the table, you'd feel. But I think the past decade, what I've enjoyed a lot is seeing those sort of success stories, like you mentioned, Castleford and Salford. Castleford in 2017 were almost unbeatable at times.
Yeah.
The style of rugby they were playing was so good to watch. Under Darryl Powell, they had that spine of Luke Gale, Zach Hardick, I think it was Ben Roberts at the time.
Yeah.
That was superb. Greg Eden on the wing as well, finishing off plenty of tries. And then last year Salford as well. Jackson Hastings inspiring them to a first ever grand final, which everyone loved to watch, apart from probably Wigan fans. But everyone really enjoyed that. And I think that's been one of the best parts of the past decade, I think, if we look at success stories like that.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm just... What you said there, I'm thinking... I mean, who has been the team of the last decade? Who would it be? Because you're thinking in the first half of the decade, you're thinking Leeds, but obviously 2015 up until 2017, the golden generation was wiped out.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at Wigan, who've had a consistent kind of team within that period and have consistently reached grand finals, and you've got Saints in the last couple of years have absolutely dominated, let's be honest. They've won the league at Canter both years. So,
but again, how do you measure success? So for example, you look at Salford, who were on the brink of relegation. We all remember that £1 million game.
Yeah, who can ever forget it?
Exactly. Gareth Bryan's 45 metre drop goal in Golden Point extra time. Absolutely unbelievable game. And then just a few seasons later, they're in a grand final.
Would you say that's a moment of the decade?
I'd say it's up there. It is up there. I think there's a fair few, but that one's definitely up there.
Yeah. I think there's been a number of, not Super League, but the other thing that springs to mind is the ankle tap on Callum Watkins in the World Cup final.
Yeah, Reinald's try.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of standout moments.
There has.
Well, I mean, maybe I could add to that. Wembley, Jamie Shell's try.
Danny Houghton's tackle.
There we are.
That's the one. There's been so many.
It's true.
And it's been a brilliant decade. It really has. And I think if we look forward now to the next decade, with the way Super League's going, things will probably get even more exciting. We've obviously got Toronto entering this season. Sonny Bill's come over.
Has he?
Has he?
Not heard about it.
Yeah, Sonny Bill's coming over. as well as the other flurry of Australian players, which can only add quality to the competition. So it's been a brilliant 10 years since 2010. The past decade's been class, but now I think it's time to look forward to the next one.
Yeah, for sure. I agree, and I'm looking at the table at the moment. I think in the next decade, by the end of the next decade, where we'll be at is I'm not really sure. Will Bradford get back up there? Like,
you never know.
Who else? Who else out of like those teams like who've been underachieving?
Well, Toronto be.
That's very true.
Will we have a team in New York or Ottawa?
Wow, yeah.
Don't forget Red Star Belgrade.
Red Star Belgrade as well.
Yeah.
We've got a few possible new teams even that again, transatlantic teams that could end up in the competition and are seemingly looking more and more likely to end up in the competition. So you never know. Super League in the next, this time 10 year in the next 10 years, we could have 4 or 5 teams from outside of the UK in Super League, which would be
Will it even be called Super League?
Will it even be called Super League? You don't know.
Global League.
Global League.
We'll be in Canada in 10 years time.
Canada, America, France and the UK.
Yeah.
That could be us.
Sal going global, ladies
Yeah,
and
you never
gents.
know. You never know.